Simon and his brother Andrew were sitting by the Sea of Galilee, mending their nets. They're just humble fishermen. And this is when Jesus approached them and he called them to follow him. He promised that there would be a transformation, that they'd go from being fishermen to being fishers of men. And immediately they laid down their nets and they followed his footprints along the shoreline. And what came next must have been mind-blowing. Day after day, they witnessed the miraculous firsthand, signs and wonders wherever they went, profound teaching, and love outworked through countercultural acts of kindness and mercy. And one day, Jesus turned to those who followed him and asked, "Who am I?" And in this moment, one by one, the disciples made suggestions from what they had heard people say. Some say you're John the Baptist, others, maybe you're Elijah or Jeremiah or one of the other prophets. But Jesus clarified his question. He said, "But who do you say that I am?" And in this moment, Simon stepped forward. He said, "You are the Messiah. You are the Son of the living God." You see, Simon was a common Hebrew name that meant to hear, but in that moment when the other disciples simply parroted what they had heard, Simon spoke from a personal revelation that he had received from God, and Jesus knew this. And in that instant, Jesus changed Simon's name to Peter as a declaration of the transition from the season that had passed to what he now had in store. You see, this name now meant rock. And he would be the foundational stone upon which Jesus would build his church. And there's declarative power in a name. You see, childless Abraham was renamed Abraham to declare he'd be the father of multitudes. Saul, the once proud persecutor of Christians, was renamed Paul to indicate he was now a humble servant of God. Their new names ushering them into a new season that God had for them. Now we believe that God is calling Citicoast into a new season. And in a bold declaration of who we are as a house, we are changing our name.
We want the City of Bundaberg to know that we are a people who are energized by the Spirit of God. We want our community to hear of the joy that echoes within these walls. We want the world to know that we were blind, but now we see. We were lost, but now we're found. We were dead, but through the resurrection power of Jesus Christ, we are alive. Alive Church Bundaberg. Alive Church Bundaberg will continue to carry the mantle it has carried for the past 47 years. Our pursuit hasn't changed. We want to see Australia one for Christ. We will love and serve our community and continue to reveal Jesus through our words and conduct. It is the legacy of those that have come before us that makes this house what it is today, a living testimony of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
And now we look ahead, prepared and ready to see God do a new thing, to see him breathe new life into the city of Bundaberg and see it come alive.